Good morning everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. And today is a good day, one, because there's a little bit of sunshine, just a little bit, keeps dipping in and out behind the clouds, but it may clear up, who knows, we're in the mountains. Two, it's Bee's birthday. I've got a little bit of work I want to do, and then obviously I'm going to spend some time with her, and we're going out for a lovely meal tonight, so I'm excited about that. But let me show you what I'm about to get sorted. So this is one of the fields that we graze the goats on, all the way up there, and it's lovely and lush in this field. But what's happened is when the fires came through, it's burnt a lot of the olive trees that were in here. So you can see this one has no fresh growth whatsoever, nor does this one up here, and nor do a lot of them, to be honest. But you can see some of them do actually have hope. Actually, this one just here, you can see it's got some fresh growth at the bottom. So I want to be careful with that and just cut away any dead olive trees because they look horrible. They're in the way. If I need to bring the tractor through here, I end up scraping my arms going through these narrow areas. But you can see this is a big one. What I need to do is cut all of these down and then pile them up, because it is currently burning season, and in Portugal there's only a certain amount of time before the summer that you can actually burn. So I want to make sure I'm well ahead of the ball game because I've got plenty of other things to be getting on with. This is a big olive tree right here, and this one is actually doing really well. Obviously the bigger ones managed to survive much better than the smaller ones, so it's just being careful and we get these thriving once again. So this is my weapon of choice today. It's the brush cutter with the circular saw blade on the end of it. An absolute beast that can go through really decent sized trees, and I can cut really low to the ground, much lower to the ground than I could with a chainsaw. I need to fuel up and then I'm going to get cracking. One of the things I get asked by a lot of people who are moving to Portugal is, what tools should I buy? There's many different brands, but just don't buy cheap tools. I recommend Stihl so much. People think I'm sponsored by Stihl, and I'm not whatsoever. I wish I was. Stihl, if you're watching, reach out because I'd love to work with you, but I'm not sponsored. I just absolutely love their gear because it works. And when I'm running 57 acres, I need tools that I can go into my workshop, pick up, and they just start and they just work. Obviously, we need to maintain the tools as best we can, but I've never had a problem with any of my Stihl gear whatsoever. Right, let's get cracking because I'm excited to see this transformation.
You might remember me mentioning this amazing product by Furrnando, Sweden. It's called a UFO3 deep hydration device, and it is my favourite part of my skincare routine. It's super simple to use, which is why I love it so much, and it has become a really important part of my day. I've been using it for a few months now and I cannot recommend it enough. Choose which mask you want to use and pop it onto the device. Then go onto the app and choose the mask and follow the instructions. Within 2 minutes, your skin moisture levels have increased by 126%, and you've had the luxury of a spa facial in the comfort of your own home. The UFO3 has been clinically proven to deeply hydrate skin, reduce the look of wrinkles, and be more effective than a sheet mask. This nifty device has warming hyperinfusion, which allows the product to really get into your skin, uses cryotherapy to reduce puffiness, and has LED light therapy that uses different wavelengths of light to help boost collagen, refine skin, reduce blemishes, dullness, and wrinkles. I'm really excited to say that the UFO 3 is currently 30% off if you click the link in our description, which is pretty cool as they're hardly ever discounted. And also the first 50 people to use the code INDIE10 get an extra 10% off their order, which is really exciting. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.
What a difference that has made. Super sweaty work. I've got about 1 million flies flying around my face, and I did the whole time I was working. I guess they just love the sweaty odor that I'm giving off or something. It's a bit strange. Flies are weird things. Anyway, the field is looking amazing, and that is because I used the right tool, that brush cutter with the circular saw blade. Absolute light work. I took out over 50 trees in under an hour. So you might have been able to see on some of the clips the blade smoking a little bit. And what happens is one, it could do with a sharpen because I used it and abused it a lot last year. But you can see olive wood is a very strong wood. And what happens is when you're cutting trees down this size with the circular saw blade, the tree wants to fall back on itself as you're cutting, and it causes friction and it causes smoke. So that's all that was, but I'm very impressed with it. I mean, look at that. Some of the diameter of these trees, this is just a medium one. I cut some really big ones down and it made light work of it. I'm still waiting to get my tractor back. I kind of need it right now. It's coming into the season where the tractor is invaluable. Like I'm going to be on it pretty much every single day doing jobs here and there, and I'm going to wait until I've got the tractor back because I mentioned in a previous video I'm getting a grapple fitted to the front loader of the tractor so I can pick stuff up and move it. So all of them big trees that I've just cut down, I'm just going to leave them in place, and then I'll come through with the grapple, I'll pick them up, I'll pile them into one area, and then we can burn them all at the same time and be super efficient. Look who it is, it's the birthday girl.
Yes, today I am 30 Thrive, and the plan is to plant this gorgeous Sequoia that we picked up yesterday. And I've been thinking, where could I plant it? And I found the perfect place.
They're like the world's biggest trees, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I really want to see them in California. They have the ones that you can drive through there, which is pretty insane. So we're thinking, obviously it won't get that big whilst we're alive, but we want to plant it somewhere where it will be able to grow to its full potential. And we're going to plant it where we buried Sweetpea.
What a great excuse to use this beast of an auger. This is designed for making big holes for construction or planting trees, which we're going to do. So I thought instead of digging a hole, let's stick some fuel in this and see how it performs.
Done.
It's auto shut off.
Is it? I was just going by the sound.
Bee's like, oh, there's too much fuel in there, but these bottles are incredible. I know I was talking about still products earlier. This is a still, I don't know what you call it,
Magic
like
nozzle.
Yeah, magic nozzle. And basically it's like when you go to a fuel station, you fill up your car, it knows when the fuel has reached the nozzle and it just auto cuts off.
That is smart.
Don't buy anything but this. Incredible.
And it never leaks, does it?
Never leaks, which all the other plastic ones do. Apart from this, I've got all metal jerry cans because they're just better, but this one, really good. Right, the moment of truth. So the main reason we actually bought this device was because we've got a whole lot of fencing to do in the future. In the fire, a lot of our fence posts actually burnt all the way up the side of the mountain, and it requires big holes to be made to secure them in place. Some of these fence posts are like 2.5, 3 meters length, so it needs a big hole. Let's try it out. I'm excited, a little bit nervous because it is an absolute beast, but it has a brake, so if there's a problem, it auto turns off, so you won't just find me spinning around in circles.
I can hear the stone it's hitting. Unfortunately, we just kept hitting bedrock. It was just everywhere that we tried around where Sweetpea is. So we're going to try just a little bit up there on a higher level. It's still overlooking Sweetpea, but the tree cannot go that close to her. So that's a shame, but it's still a really lovely spot and it'll be overlooking her anyway.
I reckon up here is a great spot. Seems to be a lot softer ground. We were just hitting bedrock after bedrock after bedrock. 4 holes later, let's try again.
I think we may be on the wrong side of Pasadena, and the grass ain't no shade greener. It's just a little detour from the place we set out for when we left the church last Easter, singing hallelujah preacher, I know just what I ought to do.
Now is the time to subscribe because you don't want to miss in 200 years.
This tree is going to be amazing, and also it's my birthday, so that'd be a lovely birthday present. And give me a thumbs up.
You look like...
And the cake, I've got to do this because I'm being eaten alive by these little flies.
You look like a nun.
I feel like one.
But yeah, come back in 200 years and this will be an amazing tree. But now we need to keep it watered all through the summer. And yeah, basically in Portugal, if you can get it through 2 summers, then generally the life expectancy of the tree is much better.
2,000 years.
If you guys are wondering what tool we used, it's the Stihl BT131. I've only used it for literally like 30 seconds, but yeah, seems to be very, very good. And the tree in all its glory.
It's a Sequoia and we picked it up in we picked it up in Agriloja. I know it looks silly, but Theo's got a hat on and my scalp has been pummeled by these, I think they're midges, like that is not fair. I thought they only existed in Scotland. So here is our beautiful Sequoia, guardian of Sweetpea, and it's lovely. I wonder how fast it grows. No idea.
Also, another reason we got that particular tool is not only fencing, but is replanting. We're going to replant a lot of trees, probably next year. All the ones that burnt, all the fruit trees that died, we're going to replant them. So that's exciting. And now we have the tool to do it with because we're going to be planting probably 1,000 trees. So we need something that isn't just your bog standard spade.
Forget your foregone conclusions. Settle in, settle now. Give up your sweet illusions, 'cause your walls are falling down.
Right, last job for today is loading the cement mixer into the UTV because tomorrow I'm going for the work swap. Remember I said every Wednesday morning, 9 till 12, a couple of my friends, we all get together and we rotate around each other's properties, helping each other out on stuff that you need doing. So it was my turn the other day, last Wednesday. So tomorrow we're going to John's and I'm going to bring you guys along to see what we're getting up to. We're actually going to start building a donkey shed, so that's pretty exciting. But they need a cement mixer, so I'm going to load it into the back of the UTV, stick it in the trailer, and then tomorrow I'm ready to go. And then me and Bee can go out for a nice meal and celebrate her birthday. Now, this cement mixer is a lot heavier than it looks, so this is going to be interesting. It's quite high up, the UTV is. a beautiful morning here in the mountains. It's going to be a nice day, I think, and I'm heading over to Lauren and John's to help out with their donkey shed. I've loaded up all of the tools that I think we need, like a string line. I got the auger that I used yesterday for the first time, and I've got a cement mixer in the back. I was going to bring the car and the trailer, but because the cement mixer was already in the back of the UTV, I thought might as well just take the UTV. It takes longer, it's not as fast, but it's more fun. So I have just arrived, I have parked up the UTV, got all the tools in the back, and you can see behind, they've got this lovely, beautiful old stone house that they're going to renovate. And today's a little bit different because there's quite a few volunteers here. I've got my string line that I brought with me so we can start stringing out the donkey shed and making sure the footings are in the correct place. Luca down here is working the chainsaw. He says hello, and we're in the valley here. It's a beautiful location. Jack's down there getting the fire going, and you can see the beautiful views down through the valley looking up at the mountain. So this is John, whose farm we're on today.
Bom dia, good morning.
And we are going to be working on a donkey shed, aren't we?
Yes, so hopefully in the next few weeks, when we get permission back from the City Hall and the ECNF, who control what happens in the Serra da Estrela Natural Park, they're like the park police, if you like. So we're just waiting on word back, but we thought today we'd just stake it out, put some string lines down and get a rough idea of where we're going to situate them.
I rise before the sun, you're still snoozing. So I snuggle up close and wait for your eyes to open. You turn your head, so then I turn mine. Looks like another day's beginning, where I am yours and you are mine.
Sometimes it's hard to leave Miracle Mountain because there's so much work that needs to be done, but it's a proper morale boost, coming and helping friends, just being in a different location, and then you go back to your own farm just revived and ready to crack on again. So the posts for the donkey shed, we're going to be using these beautiful sleepers. These are really big. You can see the size of my hand to that sleeper. It's going to look really nice. I think the donkeys are going to be impressed with these sleepers for the posts. And then we're going to be using metal and sandwich panel for the roof. But you can see we've just string lined it out and it's more than big enough. Right, let's go. So we just drove up a really steep 4x4 track, but it was no problem for the UTV because we've come now to try and move a feeder that I think they're going to use for the donkeys. So we need to carry that up this steep terrain and then take it back in the UTV.
So yesterday we were up cutting the mimosa down, come back, had a look down here, and for the first time we found this. So this is ideal. We're going to have to make some sort of feeding trough type arrangement for the donkeys. Don't know what they call it in the donkey world, but here it is. So we're going to get it back down to ready for when we've got the donkey house sorted.
It's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be.
But like I said, we only found it yesterday and we didn't even get a chance to come down and see what it was made of or anything. So it's all good. Good man, you're okay?
All good, yeah?
Aye, all good.
Perfect. Where do you want it?
Just anywhere in there, big man. Take it to the other side of the fire.
Just there, yeah?
Alright, okay, it's good,
Sweet. So that was a really nice morning at Lauren and John's. We got a lot done, and now I've come over to our off-grid property because what I need to do is start listing all of the jobs so I can prepare. So if I need to order some more lime or I need to get a certain tool to do a job over here, I can list it all and get it all at one time, being super efficient, because over the next couple of months I'm going to be spending most of my time over on the off-grid property, basically finishing everything and getting it ready to sell. The oranges are always wonderful. Every single year we've not had a bad one, so I think I'm going to try this one here. It looks nice and juicy. Yes, look at that. So down here where the goats used to live is really overgrown now, because obviously we haven't been here for a year, so things have started to shoot up, and that is why I'm going to bring my tractor, my excavator and all of the tools that I've accumulated over the years to here to make my life easier and get this job done as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible, so the new owners who buy this property have a lovely new place to move into, nice, clean and tidy. They can turn the key and they can live here. So there's a big long list of stuff I need to get done on the house. I've just been tidying the back of here, the lean-to of the barn conversion. And you can see we're going to go for some nice metal gutters. These were always just temporary. And then you can see this wall is obviously pointed really nicely, and then this wall is not. So I need to point this, probably a couple days work on this wall and then on the front wall as well. I bet you guys would love to have a look inside the house, and I will show you, just not on today's video. I'll be coming here, as I mentioned, a lot in the next couple of months, so make sure you stay tuned, have the notification bell on, make sure you're subscribed, because I'm going to bring you guys along, basically finishing this project, this house, all the way through to the sale. I've got a little bit of stonework I need to do, which is good because I've got plenty of stone to work with. I got small bits, medium bits, and really big pieces of granite. One thing that happens when you leave a property for a little while is the broom just grows up out of nowhere. Look at that, that's probably 4 foot high already, and it just spreads like crazy. So what I'll be doing is bringing the brush cutter with the circular saw blade and cutting all of this broom down. There's a lot of it, needs cutting back and then burning. There is a lot of work to be getting on with here, so I'm going to put the camera down now and actually get on with some tidying up and some stuff that I can do without any tools. And I'll keep you guys updated. As I said, I'm going to be here a lot. Most of the videos I imagine in the next couple of months are going to be between here, going backwards and forwards from here to Miracle Mountain. And it's really nice as well to get this place finished, get it on the market, and sell it to someone who can have an absolutely amazing time. I don't think it will be hard to sell this property because it is so beautiful. It's got a lot going for it, and I'll let you guys know when it is for sale. So if you are interested, you can shoot us an email. Thanks once again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.